Hey, hi everyone again. Okay, let's talk about the rest of this. Can you see my screen? Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you. Okay, we talked about these kinds of maltreatments, but we didn't talk about what you can do as a teacher, okay? What should teachers do when a child discloses abuse, okay? You should be prepared. You should understand your responsibility as a reporter. You know your program policy about reporting, okay? You should ask your principal, and you know the signs of child maltreatment so you can identify it whenever it's necessary. And you know who to call for help, okay? That's why they will trust you, okay? The babies trust you. And you should take action if it is needed. For example, you should allow the child to talk or show you what happened without interruption, without asking any further questions. And you should believe what the child says. You reassure the child. You redirect the child to play. And you should report immediately by calling Child Protective Services or law enforcement. And you should keep the child with you, okay, unless the authorities agree that child may be released to the parent. And you should write down what the child told you as soon as possible. It means that whenever a child is reporting to you, you should write down in order to remember what he or she was explaining to you. Then you should talk to your manager, your principal of the daycare, and after that you should report to the authorities, okay? And you cannot do these things, okay? It's very important. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't ignore a child's report of abuse. You shouldn't promise not to tell anyone else, okay? You cannot promise the child that, for example, I won't tell anyone. This way, the child learns that he or she cannot trust anyone. Okay, it will be more harmful. You shouldn't act shocked. Okay, don't correct or criticize the child's choice of words or language. Just receive the information. And do not express doubts or disbelief or try to talk to the child out of what he or she is saying. Do not ask a lot of questions. Let the child speaks and investigate and protect the child. You don't entice the child to disclose. It means that you cannot offer reward or suggest negative consequences if the child does not tell. For example, if you don't tell me, I won't let you go home. If you don't tell me, your mother will go to the jail. Okay, these things shouldn't be said in this setting. And you cannot conduct an investigation. It means that you should document the information and investigators will take over, okay, from there. And you cannot call the child's parents. First, let law enforcement or child protective services decide at what point the parents should be involved, okay? So you shouldn't report directly to the parents. Maybe they are the abuser. So you should be careful about these things. And you should understand the reporting responsibilities. As a teacher, you are a reporter, okay, of these kinds of crimes. So you should gain the trust of that child, okay, and maybe the first one to become aware that the maltreatment may be occurring for this child. And you have a legal obligation and professional and even ethical duty to report, okay, suspected child maltreatment. And we said that you are legally requested, okay, required to talk about these maltreatments. um okay, who else is required? First, the medical personnel such as physicians, nurses, dentists, optometrists, and psychologists. They are required like you. The law enforcement personnel, employees in licensed childcare and early education programs, teachers, administrators, other school employees, or social workers, counselors, or therapists, okay, or even attorneys, firefighters. These kinds of jobs are legally required to be a mandated reporter. And let's go to this one. What if you suspected that a child was being maltreated? What aspects of reporting abuse do you believe would be most challenging, and how would you overcome these worries? I will give you 5 minutes to discuss about this one two by two, okay, and then you should report back about this one. Let me assign you to your rooms. We will have 2 rooms. Yeah, 3 people.